green card holder, even if I might like that green card holder, doesn't have an indefinite right to be in the United States of America, right? American citizens have different rights from people who have green cards, from people who have student visas. And so my attitude on this is, this is not fundamentally about free speech. And to me, yes, it's about national security, but it's also more importantly about who do we, as an American public, decide gets to join our national community? And if the Secretary of State and the President decide this person shouldn't be in America and they have no legal right to stay here, it's as simple as that.
Do you see more such deportations happening?
I think we'll certainly see some people who get deported on student visas if we determine that it's not in the best interest of the United States to have them in our country. So yeah, I don't know how high that number is going to be, but you're going to see more people.
That speech that J.D. Vance just made, it is very true. And I want you to believe him. I don't want you to think I am fear-mongering and everything. Anybody who has been over the internet knows that US policy can change inside of a whim. He says even if you have your green card, your legal status, and he feels that you are no longer friendly, or they come up with any given reason for you to be removed, they are going to remove you. So don't be like saying that, oh, from you came here the right way and everything. Yes, that is all good. Because I always have a theory that the most inclusive Republican is the one out of power. They will say all the nice things, coded languages and coded words, but the reality does not live up to that. We see the change and the blowing of the wings and the changing of the guard. And the Trump government, you can never really trust them on whatever they say. From you're not a citizen, they even want to remove birthright citizenship. So you know everything is changing under your feet, the ground that you're standing on can move at any time. So I'm just want to tell my people to be careful out there. Anybody is going to any places, just look out of your two eye. Be very careful because things can change on you. I heard of a story of a doctor who was coming back and they had was teaching medicine inside the United States, and they came back through the airport. They detained him and everything. He had all the right papers and everything, and they still had to go through the runaround. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a criminal record. It started off by saying when he was targeting migrants that he was going for the ones with a criminal record, and over time we can see where things have changed and the targeting just started happening by any means, indiscriminate targeting from as a migrant. That is what it is. And being here in America, this is like going on my first year. I've officially been here a year. And what I've observed and see that they uses a lot of coded languages, and they make it look like they're not what they say they are, and they're not supporting these things. But definitely this is their policy, and this is how they feel about black and brown people. You have to understand one thing. They were the first immigrants who immigrated to everybody's country. And they say immigrants coming here, the level that we're coming here is like an invasion, because they know about invasion. They know about it because they did it. And their biggest fear is that we are going to do the same to them. But what I really came here to talk about is a couple Caribbean countries that have been added to the immigration ban, and we're going to now have one for the Caribbean. I've been going over data and the research and cannot find a reason for most of these countries to be on the list in the first place, like Dominican Republic, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Lucia. And a lot of these places, it's not a concrete reason where I can say they have done something, and even Haiti is on that list. I can understand that at the moment Haiti is going through a civil war and a lot of people have to leave. But under the Biden administration, a lot of them had left their country and came here to America under special refugee status. And Trump removed that of the Asians. That's the next thing I want to tell you. Don't think they're going to protect you, because the first thing he said that you guys are savage and animals and you're eating cats and dogs. So you know his stance and his real true feelings. Even though they say Trump is not racist, but I can tell you he's not very inclusive. either. He's not very happy about people who are migrating here from with brown and black skin. And it is so surprising that these countries are being targeted, especially St. Kitts, St. Lucia. You can tell the truth. Me not hear nothing going over them place there. The ban is even for Cuba. We can understand that because the US always have a weird relationship with Cuba, because seeing that Cuba is a communistic place. And he's saying that most of these countries in the Caribbean use Cuban doctors. Even Jamaica use a lot of them because they give health care to our people in Jamaica at a low and affordable cost. And I've seen where the Barbados government has stand up and says, hey, I am not going to stop these doctors and nurses from coming to her country to help with the medical situation there. But she refuses to bend the knee to the Trump government, where she even go on record and tell them, say, if you want to take back your visa, you can take back your visa. While the Jamaican government is a big bootlicker of the US government, he doesn't have any stance, he doesn't stand for anything. So I'm not surprised. But the thing that hits me the most is this sudden shift that they're going to be targeting these Caribbean nations, that I don't see a problem with them. I understand that Haiti is going through a civil war, but that still does not make any sense of this sudden travel ban. But under the Trump presidency, things don't have to make sense. You just have a bit of wrong skin color, and they will be using their coded language to make it look like they're not this and they're not that. And that speech that J.D. Vance just made, he should also remember that his wife that he has is also an immigrant, and she at some point also had a green card. So I don't understand how he can just take this big stance and making it look like everybody is criminal, everybody is deplorable. But only time and things can tell and see if there will be any shift in the wind, because we're just almost 4 months going on 5 months in the Trump presidency, and you never know what can come out of the mind of Donald Trump and everything. But I'm just telling everybody in the Caribbean that look out for these changes and these changing of the guards, because they will definitely be coming and targeting for you by any means possible. I am kind of sad in some ways that he's doing this, but I kind of expected it. And a lot of immigrants here who do have the proper documents, if you ask them on the ground, they will tell you that they are scared to travel outside of the country. Not saying that they're afraid to go back at them yard, but most of them have a life here, build up business, and they don't want to just give it up. And they have not committed a crime or have any criminal records. But under the Trump government, we throw out logics and just move under what he says. And when I talk to most Americans here, I don't talk to them like I am against Trump. I talk to them like, hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? And from what I get from most of them is like they're 100% okay with it because it does not affect them. And a great person says, say, hey, I saw they came from the Muslim, I didn't say anything. I saw they came for the Caribbean people, I didn't say anything. I saw they came for the black man, I didn't say anything. I saw they came for the Chinese, I didn't say anything because I wasn't Chinese or black. But the time will come when these same rules and laws that they have made will be targeting to you and the white man. And when your time come, everybody will look at you and say the same thing because you never stand up or say anything. And I don't even say I want nobody out in the street to protest because I don't trust the streets anymore. So I wouldn't advise black people to be out there. But this sudden shift that is going on in US geopolitics and also overall the climate is very threatening, and the ban that is coming down on these Caribbean islands, I'm surprised that Jamaica is not on the list. I'm surprised that Trinidad is not on the list. I'm surprised in a lot of places that do have a criminal element going on. They're not saying that these places are criminal run the place, but I'm just saying they have a high crime rate. They're not on the list, so I can't crime them onto the list after. I don't understand the logic what is picking these countries under, but that is the thing about the Trump errands presidency. You can't understand the logic. I see him bending over backwards for Elon Musk, but that's a story for our next day. But I just want my Caribbean people to just stick together and look out of their eyes, because there's definitely a changing and a targeting going on, and it has no logical grounding behind of it, and only time can tell what is going to be the full outcome of everything that is going down. So always on my channel, this is a new channel where I talk about various stuff and various topic. If you like what I'm saying and like the work what I'm doing, could you please like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you again on the next day. This is my first of many videos that I will be doing.